New tonight at 6, the success stories and Absolute Software's LoJack for laptops website would make any laptop owner think about investing in the computer tracking and recovery software. But tonight, 10 TV's Andy Hirsch has the story of one woman that might change your mind.
Susan Jeffrey needed a computer, so she decided to buy a used laptop. She hooked up her webcam and started chatting online with a childhood sweetheart in Boston. But after a few weeks of sending messages and what she calls private pictures to each other, police showed up at her Springfield home.
They shook a little paper like this and they said, "We have a warrant for your arrest." And I said, "What?"
Turns out that laptop she bought was stolen. The computer was equipped with Absolute Software's CompuTrace LoJack for laptops. Absolute tells 10 TV every time Jeffrey went online, the computer sent a signal from her home to a monitoring center in Vancouver, Canada, allowing the company's theft recovery team to track it down. But when police arrived, Jeffrey noticed officers holding a picture of her friend from Boston, a picture she recognized from one of their web chats.
And I was totally stunned. I said, "How did you get that?"
Absolute Software's LoJack technology goes beyond just tracking a laptop. It allows the company to tap into the computer, accessing files, images, pretty much anything on here.
I was just totally stunned. I mean, I could barely talk. I just couldn't believe that you can sit in America and be tapped into the privacy of your own living room.
Peter Swire is a privacy expert. The Ohio State University law professor compares Absolute's methods to a wiretap.
Absolute Software is running a big legal risk if it keeps wiretapping computers after they leave the original owner.
And used laptops are a hot commodity. A quick search on eBay shows thousands for sale. So how would you know if you're being spied on?
How do you protect against that? Honestly, I don't know.
Hardware design engineer Ben Martin says finding LoJack can be tough because it isn't installed on the hard drive where most programs are kept.
BIOS is probably down around this area somewhere.
And even if you find it, Martin says there's no guarantee you can get rid of it.
It would kind of defeat the purpose if they made it easy to get rid of.
Absolute's legal team argues federal laws allow it to offer its services and consider someone in Jeffrey's position a computer trespasser. Jeffrey filed a civil suit against the software company, maintaining those laws don't apply because she didn't know the computer was stolen. Susan's attorney insists only law enforcement agencies have the power to do what Absolute does. We called the Attorney General's office, the Department of Justice, emailed federal investigators, and sifted through the Electronic Communications Privacy Act to find out who's right. No one would offer an opinion, especially with a pending civil suit. Ultimately, the charge of receiving stolen property against Jeffrey was dropped, but she still says that Absolute violated her privacy rights, the rights of her friend in Boston, and anyone else she communicated with while using that laptop.
I feel totally invaded. Every American is in jeopardy of having this happen to them. If it happened to me, it can happen to anybody.
It was Andy Hirsch reporting for us tonight. Absolute Software could not specifically comment on Susan Jeffrey's case, but a spokesperson did tell us that customers are required to cancel their LoJack subscription before selling or giving away those laptops.
Buyer beware, as always,
Yep,
huh?
for sure.